Hello students, welcome to the next session. In this session I am going to discuss one VC program, that is how to create an application. So before actually explaining what is the meaning of this, in general, if you consider, I have discussed what is the use of any application. For example, if you consider a software, we will be dividing it into generally system software as well as application software. Suppose I want to create an application software for Windows. In that case, I can use several different kind of languages. In that, one of the language is your VC++, where I will be using the IDE, which is Visual Studio. Visual Studio will be acting as the IDE and the language will be using as VC++. So let us start with this program. Now in this program, we need to understand few things. First is, we need to know the basics of your C programming. So as you know, we have already done some programmings in your C program, where you know the basics of C programming. Now in that programming language, we have discussed something called as hash include, and we'll be using several header files like stdio.h as well as conio.h, string.h, math.h. We have several library files in C programming. Similarly, while coming for your VC++, VC++ is similar to that of your C++, which is object-oriented programming. Now, whenever I want to create an application using VC++, I need to use one header file called as afxwin.h. So, what is the use of this afxwin.h? afxwin.h is a header file. By using this header file, I can create, I can have the classes which is used to create the objects of an application as well as objects of particular frames. When I say frame, if you consider you have any software, I'll consider it as, say for example, Notepad. Notepad is a software. Whenever you start the Notepad, you can see you'll have this maximize, minimize and closing button, followed by a blank document that will be opened when you open the new Notepad. And after that, you'll have the menu option where you'll have a new edit and font, all those things that will be present in the menu. And after that, these are the basic that you can see on the Notepad. Now, this what you are going to see, we'll consider it as window. Okay. For that window, we are going to have certain frame. When I say frame, so this window will be divided into several frames. For example, in this window, I'll have a frame where we'll be seeing the white blank document where we'll be typing the information. We'll have one small space where we'll be having the status bar and one small space where we'll be having menu. All those things will be put together, will be considered it as a frame. Or in a window, I can have a frame. Or suppose say if you have 2 or 3 windows, so then those 2 or 3 windows will be having separate frames. So to create that frames, we need certain classes. Those classes will be provided by afxwin.h header file. So let us start with the programming. Now, as I told you, for any kind of application that you are going to create using VC++, we will be using afxwin.h. Now, after this, now we will have a class. So I'll define a class. Now as I told you, I want to define a frame. If I want to define a frame, I can give any name for it. I'll name it as frame1. And this frame will be extending. As you know, we'll be using public keyword, private as well as protected. Those are access specifiers that you have already studied in your C++. Now frame1 is my class name and public is the access specifier. And now what I'm creating is I'm creating a frame. Since I'm creating a frame, CFrame is a predefined class. We have a predefined class called as CFrame window. So this class will have the information that is regarding how to create a frame. That information will be provided by CFrame window class. So I'll be extending that frame CFrame window class so that this will be acting as base class. So this base class is already defined in that is afxwin.h, and again this frame1 will be acting as subclass. Now, so let us continue with the program. Now I have defined the class name as frame, that is frame1, which will be extending one more inbuilt class, which is cFrameWindow. After this, now I want to define a constructor. So I will be defining a constructor called as frame1. So as you know, when you have the class name as well as function name with the same name, then it is called as constructor. Now I have a constructor called as frame1. So this frame1 is a constructor which is used to create a frame. Now you know one thing, that is, when the constructor is called when the object of the class is created. When the object of the class is created, constructor will be called. That is to say, whenever I want to display any window, so while displaying that window, that is, I am going to create the object of this window. Whenever I create the object of this window, this frame will be created. Now I need to write the details how the frame will be. For that, we have a function called as create. So create function. So under that we'll have several parameters. First parameter we are going to mention it as null. So why we are going to mention it as null, in the sense, suppose if you have any MDI file or predefined application if you are creating, so or any kind of link that you want to make, that particular function name or particular object we are going to mention here. Now I am not going to use, basically it can be null. Now after this, I want to give some title to my frame. So title, as you know, in any window that you see, you will have something like, if you say notepad, I will have a word called as notepad. So that notepad is nothing but the title of that window. So I need to give some title. So I will give the title as, say, example. Okay. So I have finished with two parameters. First will be null, second will be example, which will be the title of the window. After this, we have one more parameter, that is third parameter, which will be representing it as WS, which represents window state. What state it will be in? It will be in overlap window. Overlap window. I'll just continue that here. Overlap window. Now, what is the meaning of overlap window? What is the meaning of overlap window is, when you are creating MDI, that is MDI application, where you have multiple documents in a single application. So two or more files can be overlapped on one another. So that type of frame we are creating, that is why we will be making it as overlap window. Followed by, we have an inbuilt function called as crect, which will be taking some values like 40, 50, I'll say 400, 600. So this completes your first class. So in this class frame1, we have creating a frame. That frame will have title as example. It will be of overlap window type. And so what is crect? Crect is, when you see any window, that window will be in the form of rectangle. And what is 40, 50 is, on your display, on the monitor, it is going to start at the value like 40, 50. It can be pixel value, that depends on how it is interpreted. So 40, 50, that will be the starting point, that is top left corner, it will start at 40 pixel, 50 pixel. I will consider it as 50 pixel, 40 pixel, 50 pixel. And it will end at 400, 600. That will be the right bottom corner. So by using these two values, where it will start and where it will end, we are going to draw the rectangle of this frame1. So this is the first part. So in the sense, for any application, we are going to create the frames. That frames is created by using this class called as frame, and that should be a subclass of cFrameWindow. So this is the half section of your program. Let me continue with the next half section. Next half section is how to create the application. Now, if you want to create the application, we have one more class in the same AFX window.h. So first what I have written, that will be the first part of your program. Next, I am continuing the second part of the program, where I will have previously I have discussed how to create a frame. And we have discussed a class, and class name was frame1, and it was a subclass of cFrameWindow. Similarly, that frame belongs to one application. As I told you, if you have any application or any software, that software may have several, say for example, frames. If you consider, for example, I have a Turbo C, or if I consider some other application, say I have a web browser. If I consider a web browser as a simple software, in that software we'll have something called as a tab, where first tab will be first frame and second tab will be second frame. It will have some other information. Like that, if you want to store different types of information in a single application, we need to have a single application. Under that we'll have several frames. Now we have created one frame already. Now for that frame I need to define the application. Whenever I want to define the application, so I can give any application name. I'm going to give the name as app1, and this app1 should be a subclass of CWin app. CWin app is a predefined class. So this class will have all the information that is regarding how to create an application, and what are the information that is related to the particular application will be stored into CWin app. Now after this, in this particular class, we'll have an inbuilt function called as instance, that is init instance. This is small and the first letter will be capital. Now whenever I say init instance, this is the method that will be called whenever you are going to create the object of this class called as app1. Whenever you want to create the app1, we are going to call this function called as instance. Now whenever this instance is called, whatever information that is going to statements we have written in this particular function will be executed. Now in this program, in this application I have created only one frame, so I need to create object of that particular frame. So for creating the object of that particular frame, we are going to write first that particular class name, which is frame1. It will be followed by the object name of the frame, that is f1. You can mention any name, followed by new and followed by frame1. That is to say, when this object is created, it is going to call the constructor that is present in frame1 class. Now after this, once that is done, next we are going to display this window. How to display this window is, we are going to write the same object f1 dot, we have a function called as show window. Show window is a class that is present in CWin app class, which is inbuilt. Now this will have several values like 0, 1 or 2, where 0 represents it is in minimized state, 1 represents it is in normal state, and 2 represent it will be in maximized state. So in whichever format or whichever state we want our window to be displayed or frame to be displayed, we can represent that particular value. Now, after creating this window, after displaying this window, now I need to make this window as the starting window of the application. For that case, we have an inbuilt function called as inbuilt method called as mp, where we'll be making it as main window. And what is that main window? That main window will be f1, that is frame1. So that completes our program for just creating a frame and creating an application with a single frame and displaying that particular frame. It will be empty. Now after this, we are going to create the application, that is app1. So that is the class name of the application, and we are going to create the object of the particular class, that is a1. Now whenever object a1 is created, it is going to call init instance. In that instance, it is going to create one frame. That frame will be displayed as show window, and the details regarding that frame is presented in what? That is presented in frame1 constructor. So that frame1 will be acting as what? Main window. So this completes our first program or the basic program of VC++. Hope this is clear, and if you have any doubts regarding this first program, just let me know. And we have a similar kind of programs where we'll be adding menu to the window or status bar to the window. I'll be giving all those programs through some notes. If you have any doubts regarding any of those concepts, you can just leave me a message so that I'll explain that particular concept. Thank you.